Hi, Laura and Jeff. Happy evening before your wedding. I have a couple things I want to share with you both. One of them is my first impression of Jeff. Jeff, the first time I met you, I remember it well. You were walking up our driveway. It was in the summer, a few years back, and a couple of things I noticed about you. You were incredibly handsome, and then I learned later that you were polite, thoughtful, caring person. I knew from Laura that you had a love for the Lord, which was so important for our family, and for Laura it was an answer to prayer for me to have a soulmate that had that in common with her. Early in the relationship, you came over, she was sick, and one of the thoughtful things you did is you had brought flowers and medicine for her that was so sweet, and I kind of knew at that point that this might be the man of her dreams. So you were an answer to prayer. You're just such a good blend, both of you. It's funny because our family tends to be a little silly. And Jeff, your family is very, very sweet. So I think the blending of the two families, the sweetness and the silliness, is just a wonderful combination. I wish you both a very, very wonderful day tomorrow. It's going to be one of the best days of your lives. And I am going to cry because I love you both so much, and I'm just so blessed. Oh, that's okay. I'm so blessed that you're joining our family. And everyone knows that my favorite saying is my cup runneth over, and it's certainly going to be gushing tomorrow, probably like Niagara Falls. I love your dear family, and I love you so much, Laura and Jeff. It's just a wonderful blending of two families, and I'm saying a lot, but I just love you both, and happy wedding day tomorrow. We love you very much. Love you.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Mike, and we're just parents. And our first impression of Laura actually was that she was beautiful and she was perfect for Jeff. Really, really energetic and just very sweet person. It's your take.
She was always ready for whatever Jeff had in mind, whatever sport or activity, and she was just so much fun.
One of the first things the Lord did for us that was really funny was at birthdays, she would sing happy birthday in a operatic voice, and got everybody else off tune and sounded terrible with her, but she sounded great.
And it was really fun. Our birthdays got up a notch, definitely. We knew that Laura was the woman of Jeff's dreams because of the way he reacted when he spoke about her. His eyes would light up. I'm gonna get choked up. And his eyes would sparkle, and he would just grin from ear to ear. And we knew that he was determined to have Laura for his own.
And if we were going to give marriage advice, I guess, for them, it would be 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8.
And it says, love is patient, love is kind.
And it does not envy, and it doesn't boast. It's not proud.
It is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs.
Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth.
It always hopes, it always perseveres.
Love never fails.
Laura and Jeff, we adore you, and we pray for God to bless you every day throughout your lives together. And we're just so happy that you found each other as best friends, and we love you.
We love you.
Well, the first impression that I have of Jeff is Laura's description and Laura talking him up about his family and how I knew them, and how Laura had met him through church and through Student Impact. It was a good first impression in my heart because I wanted somebody for Laura that was a good Christian husband that believed in the Lord and that held that in high regard. He showed up for his first date at our house, and to pick her up, when he showed up in a Mustang. Well, anybody who knows me knows that's an easy way to my heart. The other question was, how did you know that she would be the one? The way they acted together, the way they looked together, the way they talked together, the way they look at each other. That's something that you can fake. Not something that's not ever going to be. You have to be able to look at somebody and be their fan, be their biggest supporter. And I can see that at both of them. The last question was marriage day advice. Everybody has something corny to say. For me, that corny thing would be just honor God. Just that. I believe that that'll get you where you need to be in your marriage. That will help you to be a better husband, a better wife, a better person. And I believe that that'll help strengthen your marriage too.
So what's the deal? If you answer these questions, what do you get?
A Twinkie.
Cora, what do you get? A Twinkie. Yeah. Okay, so you can tell me, what do you like about Uncle Jeff?
I like playing Legos with him.
Oh, you like playing Legos with him? Oh. What do you like about Uncle Jeff, Cora?
Playing Legos as well.
Oh. And what else? What else do you like about Uncle Jeff,
You
Will?
like playing Legos with me, Cora? Yeah. And play Legos as well. Uncle Jeff and me. Well, play those in my bed. Uncle Jeff and me when we're down for dinner. Uncle Jeff and me pretend to swim.
Oh. How do you know that Uncle Jeff likes Auntie Laura?
Because they got married.
Because they're getting married? Cora, how do you know that Auntie Laura likes Uncle Jeff?
Good pen ways to marry Uncle Jeff.
Because they're getting married? Oh.
Like a pretty boat.
How long are they going to be married for?
A long time.
How long is a long time?
But put it down
Yeah.
on grass with her.
Cora, what is the wedding going to be like?
Mama, tell Cora.
What's the wedding going to be like, Cora?
My dress
You're going to wear a dress? What's your dress look like?
is flowers on. Flowers on, she said.
Yeah?
Green, green, green,
What's green? What is that?
green, green.
Okay, one more question for you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could Uncle Jeff do to make Auntie Laura really happy?
And the Legos. Okay. The drive.
They can drive together?
Yeah.
What else? What could Auntie Laura do to make Uncle Jeff happy?
Lego make come out. Legos.
Play Legos? Okay. What could Uncle Jeff do to make Auntie Laura happy?
Make married.
Make married?
Make a clock. Make a clock.
Make her a clock.
Can I have a Twinkie? I love you, Uncle Jeff. I love you, Auntie Laura. See you, Uncle Jeff. I love you, Auntie Laura, too.
Hi, Jeff and Laura. Happy
Hello.
wedding eve.
Happy wedding eve. Woo!
We're so excited for you both. And one of our first impressions of Laura when we met her is that she was just so sweet and bubbly. We just loved her immediately. And she felt like an instant friend.
Yeah, she was so bubbly, had so much energy, and you know the quiet Robinsons. You know, she definitely was full of energy and so much love, and yeah,
She brought so much joy to our family.
so much joy, so much fun.
And then we knew they were meant to be, just by the way Jeff spoke about her, the way he looked when he would talk about her. He was so smitten, and you could just tell all over his face. So
Yeah, and I think both of your guys' energy match so well. You guys both, just have such a zest for life that's so special, and you both just encourage each other, and just seems like you guys have so much bubbly personality and are always exploring new things, and you're so adventurous, and that's just one of the things we love most about you guys.
And some wedding advice that we have for you, or marriage advice, is that tomorrow is going to be one of the biggest celebrations and the first big celebration of your marriage, but we would just encourage you to celebrate often, celebrate each other and different milestones that you cross in your marriage, and just enjoy life together.
Yeah, one of the things that somebody told us before we were married was always make sure you have a bottle of champagne in the fridge, because you never know when you're going to need to celebrate something, even just like a Thursday night. No, just kidding. Don't drink during the week. But seriously, always celebrate the little things, the big things, encourage each other, and just make sure you're there for each other, because sometimes one of you is going to need encouragement and the other one will be feeling really good, and it's just important to celebrate those milestones together and encourage each other as well. So we love you guys so much. We're so happy for you. We're so thrilled. And yeah, we just can't wait to see the adventure and the fun that you guys have together, and we can't wait to be there with you. So
Enjoy tomorrow. We love you.
We love you. See ya.
1001, 1000. Oh, hello. I'm Scott. This is my wife, Nikki. We're Jeff's brother and sister-in-law. Maybe?
Yeah.
Are we?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. We're supposed to answer questions. What's the questions?
So, first question is, what was your first impression of Jeff?
First impression of Jeff.
Well, mine was definitely he needs to learn knife safety. We got him there was a knife floating around at Christmas, and I believe one of the things that was said was, be careful, don't cut yourself, which resulted in him cutting himself right away. So I think my first impression of Laura was, man, she's really going to screw this up. Me and Dave really got a good thing going here.
The worst.
She's just going to throw this whole world for a mess, and look what she did. But he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like he could hang with us.
In all seriousness.
Yeah, he seemed like...
Great guy, super family oriented, came into our family with wide open arms and embraced all of us really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, why are they right for each other?
Oh, they're right for each other? Someone should probably ask them that question.
Just seeing how they are together, they make each other laugh, the way that they work through problems and good times and bad times, and
Seems like the love is really there with the both of them, the way they hang out and talk to each other and really show affection, and you can tell that they love each other a lot.
So, what's some marriage advice that you have for them?
Don't do it. Ah!
that's not nice.
It's not nice. Let's see.
Be each other's best friend. Always tell each other you love each other. Be their biggest fan.
Find new ways to love each other every day.
Yes.
Know that when you guys get married, you guys aren't going to be soulmates. That doesn't happen quick. It happens after probably 30 or 40 years, if not more. And try to make each other laugh all the time, and just try not to be Jeff Robinson for the rest of your life. Oh wait, I mean,
Carter waked up.
Carter wakes up, so that's it.
It's okay, honey.
And you guys are gonna be here in about 10 minutes, so see you later.
Don't you have some push-ups to get back to?
Oh yeah, sorry. 1003, 1004, 1000. All right.
Jax, do you have any advice for Uncle Jeff and Auntie Lola for their wedding?
Okay.
Oh, that's good advice. Can you blow them a kiss?
Mm.
Good job. Say, I love you.
My name's Anna, and I'm Laura's sister through marriage. One piece of advice that was given to me really early on in my marriage was to always talk up your spouse, speak well of them, brag on them, however you want to look at it. I think it sends a really clear message to your spouse that says, I love you and I respect you, so I'm not going to air out any negative things, and I'm not going to let my voice be one that tears you down. And I think it says, I choose to see the best in you, believe the best of you, and put that image out there. And I think it also says, I'm your biggest fan. I'm in your corner. I'm on your side. I'm supporting you, cheering you on, defending you forever. And that's it. We're really, really so excited for you guys being married to your best friend, building a life with that person. There's just nothing like it.
Clay, when Auntie Lola and Uncle Jeffy get married, what color do you think Auntie Lola's dress is gonna be?
See.
What color do you think Auntie Lola's dress is gonna be? What color?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
What color do you think Uncle Jeffy's suit is gonna be?
Blue.
Blue? You think he's gonna wear a blue suit? How many kids do you think Auntie Lola and Uncle Jeffy should have? How many?
7.
7 kids? Wow, you want a lot of cousins, huh? How much? 7?
9.
9? Oh, it's going up, guys. 10. Wow. Can you blow them kisses?
My name is Kelly Kilpack, and I am one of Laura's maids of honor. We're so excited to be part of this weekend with you, and I just can't wait to celebrate you. So we wanted to share some things about you as a couple and our well wishes for you. So I don't remember meeting Jeff for the first time, sorry, but I do know that it just fell into place right away. He seemed like just such a great fit that was just kind of like, this is the best of the best, and Laura's found him and she's not letting him go. He became a fast friend to me, to Becca, and I'm so grateful for that. Every time we were together, it just was just part of the group, part of our life all of a sudden, and it was never a question in my mind that they were right for each other. I knew that they were meant to be together and that they'd be husband and wife because they could make faces like this and be really cute about it. So, and finally, on your wedding day, I just hope you know how loved you are, how happy we are to be part of this celebration. I'm so happy to be part of your love story, and I can't wait to see what being husband and wife brings for you. I hope that every day has love and magic in it, and even on the average days that there's still some magic in your life. So we love you, we're so happy for you, and all the best.
Oh, hello there. So I knew that Laura was the one for Jeff because he was all giddy and happy after meeting her. I mean, he was just completely head over heels, you could tell. But also, more importantly, I knew that she was the one because Jeff was no longer thinking about, going through the world on his own anymore. He was thinking about, his future plans with her now, being in them, and them navigating the world together. My very first impression of Laura took place in the same weekend that Laura and Jeff met. So they met at a church camp called Sandblast, which was hosted by Willow Creek. And Jeff and I were both competition leaders. Laura was a small group leader. And I believe that Laura initiated the conversation with Jeff, and then that's how it all started. I just remember that whole weekend, I had to keep Jeff focused on the competition games that we were supposed to be leading, because he kept pulling out his phone to see if she was texting him. He kept like getting distracted, just thinking about her. He kept asking me like, so what do you think of that girl? You think I should make a move? You think I should like text her back? You think she's cute too? And I'm like, Jeff, focus here. And I just remember like thinking to myself, man, who is this girl that has just gotten him so distracted and he's just captivated by her? And it was really evident that this is a girl that was definitely going to be special in Jeff's life because he was clearly smitten by her.
Marital advice from yours truly. When you first come home after a long, hard day, greet your wife with a friendly hello. Then, always share a meal together. She worked hard today too, and she wants to unwind with you as well. Even if the food is terrible, smile. Say thank you. Remember to clean up after yourself. Keep it tidy. Maybe you can even share a glass together. Unwind. Relax. Remember, be present in the moment. Being there to catch her every time she falls. Remember, happy wife, happy life.
Happy wedding day! I'm so excited to share and celebrate you both, and I'm so thankful that my sister has found her soulmate, and I'm just really lucky to be able to witness such true and sweet love between you guys. So I want to share some of my first impressions and some love advice that I have with you both. Jeff, my first impression of you was that you were charismatic and fun and honestly exemplified all of the things that I know Laura has wanted. I have known her my whole life and I know exactly the type of guy she wants, and you fit that tall, dark, and handsome mold, so I'm very thankful that you guys have found each other. I knew that you would be the one for her based on a lot of things. Again, I've known her my whole life, and as soon as you came around, there was just a sense of calm and ease and trustworthiness that she had, and you guys have the same beliefs and a similar upbringing and a passion for what's important and family and love and all the things that I just know are really important to her. You guys share together, so I knew you were the one. I knew you were a good one. Wedding day and marriage advice. Well, I don't really have too much marriage advice. I have not been married yet, but some love and relationship advice I would say is always stay laughing, always stay flirtatious with each other. I read a lot of blogs, and that's what they say is what's necessary to keep things happy, but just remember why you guys love each other. You know, it's really all about that, and you guys are just such a great couple together, and again have similar backgrounds and beliefs and a really strong relationship with God, and I know that's something that's really important to Laura and now you too, Jeff. So I'm just really thankful that you guys have each other, and it makes my heart happy and full, and I'm just so excited to celebrate with you guys. So love you both.
Hey, it's Michelle. I am so excited to be celebrating the both of you. I actually met Laura in college. We danced together for 4 years, and that's actually when I had the chance to meet this boy that she'd always been talking about. I knew that Jeff was the one because she never stopped smiling when she talked about him or even when they were together. Jeff, I don't think you know how happy you make her. Marriage advice. Keep God in the center of your marriage. Continue to love each other every day. And also just remember to lift each other up during hard times. Love you both, and congratulations.
All right, guys, I got a great story for you. So it was a couple winters back. Jeff and me, the guys, were all hanging out here at Pinstripes, doing our usual Wednesday thing. And Jeff had just been off of winter break. So we're asking him what was his favorite part about break. And he says the greatest thing. He says his favorite thing was being able to hang out with his best friend every day. To me, that was the most refreshing thing I'd ever heard in a relationship. It really showed that this couple was meant to be, that she was the one, and that the relationship was no gutter ball.
Although this wasn't the first time I met Laura, it was one of the first times that I really got to know her.
We're watching Jeff's ultimate game in a stadium just like this, and I soon noticed that she's one of the most carefree, fun-loving, open, just big-hearted people I've ever met. She's also one of the most innocent hecklers, yelling stuff at the other team like, "My boyfriend's cuter than yours." It was right then and there, that lasting impression, that I realized why Jeff was so crazy about her. Welcome to the wedding do's and don'ts. I wrote up a list here so you guys can have a really good time. I'm gonna read through the highlights, you guys just follow along. Say I do. Number one, really the only thing you have to do. A key that everybody forgets, don't forget to double up the underwear. You're gonna wanna put on 2 pairs, you're gonna wanna dance the night away. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. Don't get drunk the night before. No, that's on the wrong side. Eat all you can. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You paid for it, you might as well eat it. And at the end of the day, just keep it simple. You wanna have a good time.
Okay, so it's Christmas Eve 2010, 2011. The relationship historians will have to clarify that for us. And Jeff's family, my family, our family, we've gathered at Jeff's parents' place to celebrate Christmas. We've been chatting with the elders about the economy, teacher unions, pensions, gorging ourselves on peanut M&Ms, enjoying Grandma's company and conversation with her. And so we've done our duty. It's time to head downstairs for the meat and potatoes of the night, our epic ping pong matches. So these were heated contests. And Jeff really wanted to win, and I really wanted to win, and whoever won more games over the course of the night had bragging rights for the whole year. Except this year things are a little bit different. I'm hitting Jeff these routine balls, and they're just flying over his shoulders, bouncing off the storage behind us, behind him, and he's just totally indifferent. And I'm upset because if he isn't pained by losing, then I am not pleasured by winning. And so, I'm kind of studying him as these games progress, and his paddle sort of drops, and his other hand is pocketed, and he's sort of slyly inspecting his phone, and this goes on for 15-20 minutes. I'm crushing him on the table. And finally, I asked him, who are you texting? This is very uncharacteristic of you. Oh, I'm not texting anybody. So, of course, I'm reminded that there are 2 ways to text. There's the normal way, which is to check your phone. Every time you check your phone, it's because you've received a message. And then there's the other way, which is, to check your phone 150 times for every message you receive. So, you're not texting? No, I'm not texting. So who's the girl? She's somebody, she's special. Yeah, she's, she's not your girlfriend? No, it's complicated, but she's the biggest crush you've ever had. And his face turns beet red. He's got this ear-to-ear smile. Just Jeff and all his goofy, giddy toothiness just shows his hand right then and there. So he lost those games, obviously had gained a crush, and now prepares to sort of, make good on this most important relationship. So we just could not be happier to be here. And we celebrate with you, and we love you both.
Hi, Torpy. My name is Sam. I'm Laura's friend from Adams Junior High, where she works. My first impression of Jeff was that he was really quiet and really shy, and I found this really funny because Laura's kind of the opposite. I knew that Jeff was the one for Laura when I saw how sweet he was to her. He is truly a gentleman and always thinks of her first, and I think that's really important in a marriage. My marriage advice after being married for 4 years is to be each other's best friend and to also continue doing all your favorite hobbies you did before you were married, because it's really important to still be yourself and who you were before you got married, but be the other person's #1 cheerleader in those hobbies. I don't think Boone likes waking up at 5 a.m. to come support me during half marathons, but he does it in a heartbeat, and that really means a lot to me. I love you, Torpy. You're going to be the most beautiful bride. I cannot wait to see you walk down the aisle and see you marry your best friend. Love you. Can you blow Auntie Laura a kiss? Blow her a kiss. Say, mwah. Say, love you. Love you. Love you.
Hi, I'm Claire, and I've been friends with Laura for almost 20 years. My first impression of Jeff was that he could actually keep up with Laura's energy, with her enthusiasm, and with all of the adventures that she brings to everyday life. I knew Jeff was ultimately the one for Laura because he can keep up with her, because he matches her energy, her love, her humor, and just all sides of her. He matches and complements better than anyone I've ever seen her know or have in her life. Jeff also makes Laura light up. She glows brighter than I have ever seen her glow before. Her smile is out of this world, and she loves more fiercely than she ever has before, and that's because of Jeff. As far as marriage advice or wedding day advice, I can't speak from experience, but I do hope that you both love each other more and more every day. I hope you laugh. I hope you adventure. And I hope that you both continue to build your relationship on God. He is what brought you together. He's what will keep you together. And I know both of you well enough to know that He is number one and will remain the rock on which you build your life together.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I've known Jeffy since middle school.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm married to Sam, and I have been lucky enough to know Jeff for 8 years since Sam and I started dating. We first met Laura when she was going to school in Bloomington, and the first time we met her, we went to lunch at Applebee's, and I remember telling Sam how shy and quiet Jeff's girlfriend was, which are literally the last things that I would say about Laura now.
And that was the first time that we ordered exactly the same thing, going out to eat. And every single time, Laura and I have ordered exactly the same thing at every single restaurant.
Soon after meeting Laura, we also discovered how caring she is. She was one of a very small handful of people that helped us, practically strangers, move over an hour away. And I'll never forget the look on her face when she saw my closet full of shoes.
So many shoes. Jeff's the kind of person who pours himself into everyone around him and never asks for anything in return. It's clear that they both share a passion for making people's lives better through teaching and by being some of the best friends that anyone could ask for.
Laura's so lighthearted and carefree, and she always makes everyone around her so happy. It's especially apparent when you see the just genuine love in Jeff's face every time that she makes a joke or says something absolutely ridiculous. I just love how much they love each other.
You know, I've never had any doubts about Laura, but when she let us sneak into their house so that we could hogtie Jeff and drag him out for his bachelor party, that was pretty much the icing on the cake.
My advice to Jeff and Laura is to always communicate about every little thing, no matter how stupid it seems. For instance, does it bother you that he always leaves a huge pile of clothes next to the bed that you trip over almost every single day?
Or that she complains about you leaving your clothes on the floor next to the bed every single day?
Well, not saying that everything will always be resolved, but always tell each other how you feel and stay up as late as you have to, talking and occasionally yelling to make sure that everything has been said and never ever go to bed angry.
My advice is to never forget how you feel right now and how happy you are and how much you love each other in this moment. That feeling is what makes everything worth it. Every challenge, every disagreement, and everything is inconsequential compared to how the two of you feel right now.
We love you so much.
We love you.
Hi, my name is Ben. I first met Laura about 11 years ago, I want to say, through Becca. And I got to know her a lot better when we were in high school, working together for the Park District. So that's actually how I got to meet Jeff for the first time, was because after days that we would work together at the pool, a lot of us would go play Ultimate Frisbee afterwards. So Laura one day asked us if her new boyfriend could come along with us. And we all said sure, no, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, it was just big pickup games. So my first impression of Jeff was that he was a gazelle on the field, and that he just made us all look very bad. But once I got to know Jeff a lot more, he's so awesome, and he was so helpful to people that like didn't understand how the game was properly played, and just a lot of fun to like play with and then eventually hang out with outside the pool too. How did I first know that they would be together? So Becca, Laura, Jeff, and I went on a double date one time at Pinstripes. And normal date, we're all having a good time. We had known each other for a couple years at that point. And at one point, Laura and Becca left to go to the bathroom. And I noticed that as they were leaving, Jeff was looking at Laura, not in an unusual way, but just the way that he looked at Laura leave. And then a couple minutes later when they came back, the look in his eyes and on his face at Laura was just pure desire. You could tell by the way he looked at her that he absolutely loved her. So I knew from that moment that, hey, these two are going to be together because I can just see it in Jeff's face how much he loves her. As far as my marital advice, I would say, Jeff, make sure you always laugh at Laura's jokes, no matter how bad they are. And remember that if you have a happy wife, you'll have a happy life. For Laura, make sure that you are not too upset with Jeff when he comes home with a fresh ultimate injury. Because remember, he is starting his semi-professional career, so everybody gets a little nicked up every now and then. As well as make sure that you are accepting if he gets another speeding ticket, because we all know that will happen. Love you guys both. Really excited. This is going to be awesome.
Hey guys, Chelsea here, aka bridesmaid and one of Laura's longtime BFFs. So Laura and I met our freshman year of college at Illinois State University when we lived next door to each other in Whitten Hall. And then she, Jamie, and I lived together our senior year. There are far too many memories jam-packed within those 4 years that I can't recall my favorite one. However, I do believe that those have to be by far the best 4 years of my entire life. So the big question, how did I know that Jeff was the one? Well, Jeff compliments Laura in every way that a man should compliment his partner. He's honest and loyal and considerate and kind. And above all else, he makes her happy. Happier than I've ever seen her, in fact. Plus, he puts up with the girl. And believe me, I've lived with her long enough to know that if he can survive this long, then he must be a keeper. Just kidding, Laura. So, what relationship advice would I give Jeff and Laura? Seems to be a perfect question for the habitually single, right? For that reason, I phoned Grandma. Figured 50 plus years of marriage seemed to make her a bit more qualified to give that happily ever after advice. So you know the advice that we've been telling each other for years. Find someone willing to meet you halfway. Give 50% to get 50%. Well, evidently my grandma seems to think that relationship advice is crap. Always give 90%, she said, because when you get 10% back, you're whole. And when you finally find the one willing to give you more, you're ahead. Laura and Jeff, I could not be more elated or honored to be a part of your special day. I love you both more than you could ever imagine. So let's do this. I'll meet you both at the altar on time. Congratulations, Jeff and Laura. May you always be whole and then some for the rest of your life. Love you.
Hey y'all, my name is Jamie Anzac and I'm Laura's college roommate from Illinois State University. First off, I want to say congratulations to the beautiful couple. Your new chapter is about to begin and it will forever be exciting, and I could not be happier for the both of you. When I first met Jeff, the thoughts that popped in my head were, can we keep him? And can we make a clone of him? Jeff is the total package. But hey, let's not forget Jeff. You found yourself a pretty great one. The more I got to know Jeff, the more it became clear to me why he is the one for Laura. The way they can just be giddy little kids together and light up a room says so much about the love they share and radiate. And not to mention her consistent smile whenever she's around him, and the way that he looks at her as she is his whole world. God truly is a matchmaker. The advice I'd like to give the both of you is to be young and in love. Make laughter your soundtrack, take risks together, make time for one another, and always say yes to new adventures. I love you both so much, and I wish you nothing but the best. Cheers to you today, tomorrow, and always. Love you!
Hi, I'm Case McCullough, and Jeff and I have been best friends since 7th grade. So the first time that I met Laura, I was really nervous. They had been dating for quite some time before I had met her, and so the hype was kind of built up. And I remember walking into the room, meeting her for the first time, and just this great big smile on her face, and she came up and ran up and hugged me, and we didn't even know each other yet. It was so great, and we were talking, and just the entire time she was so engaged and so interested and just always so cheery. And so I guess that was my first impression of Laura, is just this incredibly happy go lucky person that just didn't care if you were telling her like what flavor your favorite toothpaste was or whatever it was. She just cared, and that's how she's always been since I've known her, and I expect she always will be, because it's an amazing trait and quality that she has. How did I know that she would be the one for Jeff? I don't remember. Wedding advice that I have for them. I am not married. Not currently in a relationship. My wedding advice to Jeff and Laura would be, this is going to be cliche, but it's all I have to go on, guys. Sorry. Don't go to bed angry. People say it's a good one. I just always be honest and trust each other. You guys already do that, and you're already on great feet, but just remember to keep doing that. There's nothing that the two of you can't accomplish in this world, and with love and trust, you two will be able to accomplish it. And it's going to be hard, but I have total faith in you guys, and everybody else here does too. So congratulations, you two, and I love you both so much.
Hey Laura and Jeff, congratulations. This is such a big week and such a big time in your life, and Jake and I are just really excited to be a part of it and to be able to kind of stand by your side and partake in the joy that is your marriage, and we're really excited to see where it takes you guys. First of all, Jeff, I know I have only met you a few times, but I have to say that the first and few times that I have met you, I've been very impressed. Laura and I met when we were in kindergarten. She's one of those people that I remember way back when being one of the first really strong friends that I ever had. And no matter where life took us, no matter what groups we were a part of, she was always there, and she always has been, and she's always been somebody that I can look back on and kind of count on, and I know that if I ever needed to, I could call her up and she'd be there, and that's really hard to come by, and I've been really blessed by that, and just her joy and her strength and her confidence is just something that I've just always admired and been thankful for, and just the influence that it's had on my life. So Laura, I love you, and I'm just really excited for you. Jeff, the first impression that I have of you is just somebody who I can tell brings out all of that joy out of Laura, and captures it and understands it, and just really brings all of her goodness to light. You guys are just perfectly paired in every way. Just seeing how you guys understand each other and complement each other, it's just really amazing to see. I just remember the few times hearing about you, Jeff. We were probably a couple years, maybe a year or two out of college, and I just remember hearing about this guy, Jeff, who Laura had met through church camp, and how he was just pursuing her and just really into her, and Laura was, from what I remember, not super ready, but was definitely interested. And so just hearing about how you really pursued her, Jeff, and how you kind of faithfully stood by and waited until God was ready for you guys to be brought together. Hearing about that just kind of really brought to my eyes that you guys were meant to be together. So I'm just really happy to see that God brought that to light, that He brought you guys together when the time was right. And the time is definitely right, and seeing you guys together has just been really, really cool to stand by and watch. So I'm looking forward to what marriage brings for you, and I hope that Jake and I can come alongside you guys and just enjoy all the ups and downs that marriage brings, and just know that we're always here. So marriage advice that I have for you, honestly, if you're marrying your best friend, then there's not a whole lot that I can say that you guys probably don't already know. But you know, all the good things. Don't go to bed angry. Always work things out before you go to bed. Just remember that, you know, some small things aren't really worth the battles, and even just enjoying the small things in that sense too, is that it's like there's so many big moments that come through marriage, but those small moments of just being able to be together at night and just doing life together, it's really awesome when you have your best friend by your side every day, facing the challenges of life, and knowing that that person's always there. So just remember to pray together through everything. Put God first in your marriage, first and foremost, and just be there for one another. Always ask each other how your day is, and enjoy the small things, because life goes by so fast. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share in your wedding and your marriage, and we can't wait to see you guys as the new Mr. and Mrs. Robinson. So congratulations. We love you guys so much, and we will see you soon.
Hi, my name is Becca. I am lucky enough to be one half of the Maid of Honor team for one Miss Laura Torp. We are so excited to finally be celebrating yours and Jeff's happy ever after. A quick shout out to everybody for participating in this video. I know there were lots of annoying emails that went out, but you guys were great, and obviously it's become one hell of a project, and something that I hope you, Laura and Jeff, look at every time you need a reminder of just how loved you truly are. My first impression of Jeff happened on one of the weekends of Laura's college dance show. We went to the grocery store and got stuff for BLTs one afternoon for lunch, and kind of decided that if he was not only going to come and watch her perform in a dance show, but also knew how to cook bacon the right way, he's a pretty good choice. I knew that Jeff was the one for Laura because there was just something sticky about him. There were lots of guys kind of in and out of Laura's life, and she always kept coming back to Jeff, and Jeff has always been something special from the get-go. And kind of like Kelly said in her video, there was just something seamless about the way he blended into our friend group and how accepting and loving he was of all of us right away, despite the weirdness and intricacies of our friendship. And I don't have a ton of marriage advice because I'm not married yet, but I asked my two favorite people in the whole world, my parents, for some marriage advice, and so I have a little bit of advice from both of them. My dad's advice, well, his first line of advice was, men, you can be happy or you can be right, so take that for what you will. His real advice was be patient, be forgiving, and pick your battles. And my mom's advice is look for opportunities to laugh together. There's nothing like a clever prank to let the other person know you're thinking about them. And I think that Laura and Jeff take clever prank to a whole new level, that's for sure. Say thank you, express appreciation, and praise your spouse. The currency of love is made up of doing small things for each other. Take the time to do those things. We love you so much, and we can't believe the day is finally here, and I hope that it's everything that you want it to be, but I also hope that your life together exceeds your expectations and all the fairy tales and all that good stuff. Love you both.